Yeah, yeah, yeah. What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What's good? What's good? How's gang? Wake it up. Wake it up, gang, gang. Wake it up, wake it up, wake it up, man. Well, look, man. Look, man. A lot of leaks happening. Don't know if it's true. Take it with a grain of salt, man. But for years, man, for what, about 2 years now, it's been going on. Uh Spider-Man Brand New Day, supposed to be a little simple Spidey versus Kingpin storyline type situation. Uh, we probably wrong, right? We probably wrong. Lot of plot leaks hitting the timeline. I've been scrubbing through. I'm gonna just give y'all mine, man. I'm gonna just give y'all mine. It confirms the one thing that we were too scared to hope for. This isn't just a street level movie. Don't seem like, man. Well, it's more. It's street level, but it might be a little bit more than street level. This might actually be the bridge to the mutants. And look, y'all know I think having Jean Grey is like the silliest situation going on, but you know, seems like that's what it is, man. I'm hearing things we might have Madame Masque involved in this. Madame Masque might be involved. We got the Punisher on protection detail and the package they fighting over. Her name is Jean Grey. Let's break down this leak that just might change phase 6 for the better. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I ain't gonna be long today, man. I'm gonna just hop right on into it. Just hop right onto it. Let's talk about the threat first. Let's talk about this threat. Uh, like I said, the leak that came out, they're talking about Madame Masque. Madame Masque. Y'all, why he keep saying it like that? Madame Masque. That's if these casting rumors are true. From my understanding, um, some stuff came out. Oh, and I don't even, it kind of escaped me, but Melanie Scarfano, I don't know if y'all know who that is. She was Winona Earp, but it leaked. It's a picture of her on set that leaked out. And people are speculating who she could be playing. One of those speculations is Madame Masque, right? One of those speculations is Madame Masque. Um, and if true, I think that could be a dope casting. You know what I'm saying? Mask, she isn't just a mob boss, but she's a tech terrorist. Now, if we're getting the damage control, the way I'm looking at it, damage control is working with Matt. Maybe damage control hires Madam Mask on some, freelance type handle business for me. You know what I'm saying? Situation, and she's been hired by, in the plot lead, they say unknown benefactors. It could be Kingpin, it could be damage control. We don't know. But to retrieve the fugitive that's hiding, and that fugitive is more than likely going to be Sadie Sink's character, who could be Jean Grey, because a lot of the leaks, majority of the leaks is pointing towards Jean Grey. That's just what they point towards. Like I said, I'm not necessarily happy about it. I think it's silly, but it is what it is. Now, does this work? Does this work? Right? We know Pete don't have the Stark tech no more. He ain't got it no more. He's sewing his own suits together, old school with it. Mask got unlimited resources. Madam Mask got them unlimited resources, man. It's the classic broke hero versus rich villain trope, which ain't a bad trope, so to speak. You know what I mean? Um, but it's more with a noir twist. She's terrifying because she ain't got no powers. She ain't got no powers, just guns, money, and that mask that she wears. Now, there was one iteration in the comics where she was doing some shape shifting. And see, Sadie Sink keeps talking about shape shifting. I don't know if this is what it is. I don't think Sadie Sink is playing Madame Mask, but this adds a dynamic wrinkle to the plot. That's if these leaks are true. Like I said, take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. Take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. Derp in the building. What up, Dirt? Jade Informant. What up? What up? What up? Six. What up? What up? What up? But yeah, take what I said with a grain of salt, man. Take what I said with a grain of salt. Because, like I said, from my understanding, if she was hired by some unknown benefactor, it could be Kingpin, it could be Tombstone. Because also I've seen leaks where Kingpin ain't even involved in this, and maybe Tombstone is in that role. So Tombstone might have hired Madame Masque. I'm leaning more towards if Madame Masque is in this, Damage Control is doing the hiring of her on some contract type stuff. That way they don't necessarily get their hands dirty when abducting this young fugitive, so to speak, right? Speaking of that young fugitive, Sadie Sink. Sadie Sink. Sadie Sink. Sadie Sink. Huh. I'm still not I read these plot leaks, man. I read them. And I'm still not convinced that she playing Jean Grey. I'm still not convinced because I'm just like, I just don't think Marvel does the silly thing by doing this, because this is silly. I don't care what nobody says. This would be silly for her to, or for them to have her as Jean Grey this early before we get an iteration of who the X-Men are, what the X-Men are, because we're getting old school X-Men in Doomsday. Or is this being reported now Doomsday, because Doom and Doomsday coming out at the same time? So I don't know, man. I don't know. But if she is, if the headline is that Madame Masque is hunting this fugitive and it's a teenage girl named Jean Grey who will be played by Sadie Sink, then I guess that's what it is, man. Guess that's what it is. But the thing is, this won't be the Phoenix. This isn't the Phoenix Jean Grey, right? Supposedly this will be some scared kid whose powers just woke up. She's a runaway. That's also another reason why I kind of don't like this. So we're getting Jean Grey as her powers have just awakened. That's how they're introducing Jean Grey to us. And also then Jameson Femke, is she coming back for Doomsday also? So we're going to begin two Jean Greys. We're going to begin this older Jean Grey over there at Doomsday, and we're getting this younger Jean Grey in Spider-Man. I just hope they can pull it off. I just really hope they can pull it off, man. And she's a runaway. Who is she running away from? Who is she running away from? Or why is she running away? But and this is why I don't like them venturing too far off from the source material, so to speak. Jean's, if I remember correctly, when Jean's power manifested, they got in contact with Professor X, and Professor X was Jean, well, let me say this. Jean was Professor X's first student. You know, first student. So Jean is running away. Does Professor X show up at the end of this movie and snatch, not snatch Jean up, but take Jean in? Is that what we're looking at? You know what I'm saying? What Lawrence was good. Is that's what's going on? Man, I don't know, man. I do not know yet, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But supposedly Peter sees a kid who needs help, kind of like he did. He needed help. He sees another kid in need. He tries to save her, but he don't know. He ain't never ran into no mutant before, right? From our understanding, he's never ran into no mutant before, let alone a mutant whose powers and abilities have just awakened. She is basically a walking nuclear bomb of power and everything that she has going on. Um, It could end up being a genius move. Like if y'all been following me lately, I've been giving Marvel their props, especially when it comes to the marketing. This could be a genius move. This could work. It could work. It could ground the X-Men's introduction. You know what I'm saying? And bringing them in. We won't get that polished team in the X Mansion. Instead, we're going to be getting, or this is making it seem like we're going to be getting mutant refugees, like they all on a run, and then maybe they converge at the X Mansion. You know, they all on a run in New York City. And it could fit perfectly into the hated and feared theme that X-Men, kicks around or showcases. It's just weird bringing that aspect into the Spider-Man film. I think that's the only thing that's kind of throwing me off. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the cast of characters that we have in this. With the cast of characters that we're supposedly getting in this is Daredevil, Hulk, Punisher's supposed to be playing some type of protective role. Right? Punisher's supposed to be playing some type of protective role. He would be probably the third player in this whole chaos situation that we got going on, right? Frank Castle is also tracking Jean. Now, why would old Frank be tracking Jean? Why would is he tracking her like to? I don't think he want to kill. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he kills or wants to kill Jean. Maybe bait to get to the kingpin or to get the tombstone or something like that. I think that might work. Which could also set up the fight that we've been waiting for, Spider-Man wants to save the girl. Punisher wants to use the girl to get at the bad guys. Madame Masque wants to sell the girl. It's like a three-way standoff in the streets. So, and that's another thing that I said. I don't want Jean Grey to be this MacGuffin. I don't need her to be a MacGuffin. Even though she is the damsel in distress, I guess they're going back that way. But from the leaked audio that we got from that one garbled up trailer, whatever you want to call it, don't seem like Jean is no damsel in distress. It seems like Jean really is getting busy out here, So for her to be a runaway and they might have this little standoff in the streets of New York City, Jean's telekinesis and telepathy going all of control, you know what I'm saying, messing with things. Could be real chaotic. This probably what happened in the third act, I'm assuming. But these movies are going to be long. They got to be long. They got to be long. Got to be long. Real chaotic, but Spider-Man's third act is normally chaotic. That's normally the history and everything like that. So, is what it is. For people who don't know, let's look up who Madame Masque is. Or actually, you know how I like to do. We got to bring an article. Got to bring an article in. Let me share real quick. Got to do some article reading so I can show y'all where I'm coming from as far as the whole Madame Masque situation. Because it's as I'm going back and I'm scrubbing through a lot of these things, it's a lot of stuff that hadn't come across my desk. It's now come, you know what I'm saying? It's now sliding across my desk. So Spider-Man 4 set photo may reveal the secret villain's identity. Say Spider-Man 4 secret female villain still remains a mystery for fans ahead of the film's 2026 release. A new Spider-Man 4 set photo has fans thinking they may know who the movie's secret villain may be. Despite Marvel's next wall-crawling adventure just being over 7 months away, the identity of the movie's central villain largely remains a mystery. Several villainous figures were confirmed for the project, including Michael Mando's return to the Scorpion, but the primary threat that Tom Holland's Webhead will throw hands with remains to be seen. And this is coming from the direct.com, but they're normally pretty good with their reporting. You know what I'm saying? So one name that has been circulating as the movie's big bad is Madame Masque. This stems from a recent image from the Spider-Man Brand New Day set, which saw an unknown woman with gray hair standing under an umbrella. Fans believe that female star to be potentially former Winona Earp actress Melanie Scarfano. And we see a picture of her right here with the now I don't know if this would be her costume. She could just be on set, but she does have gray hair. And we know Madame Masque doesn't necessarily have gray hair. So, but that's what they saying, Madame Masque. Bro said I look like Shaq. You know, I've been getting that my whole life, bro. My whole life I've been looking like Shaq. Shaq Diesel. Say while the identity of the unknown actress playing in the film remains unknown, Madame Masque has a popular choice among fans. As you see her right here, Madame Masque. The various reports suggest that the character is an adult woman who operates a street level and is a shapeshifter. All of these fit the character of Miss Masque. Madame Masque has clashed with Spider-Man on several occasions over the years in the comics. Originally known as Whitney Frost, Madame Masque is a criminal kingpin with a history of connections to Tony Stark and Stark Industries. So now they even start adding in some of those Stark Industry elements. We know who was sponsored by Stark Industries. It was Peter Parker. Got this picture of Madame Masque right here with facing off against Spidey. I think this was during the gang war run, actually. Says after a devastating accident, she dons a gold mask to conceal her disfigured face. In some iterations, most notably Armored Adventure, she is a full-on shapeshifter. Reports of female villains Spider-Man 4 date back to early this year. In March, it reported that Marvel Studios was eyeing a Sarah Snook type for a potential villainous role, assumed to be the new mystery character. Who this character would be remains unannounced, but Madame Masque feels like a good bet. So we got a lot of things going on in Spider-Man as well. Seems like Marvel is throwing a lot of things at the wall, hoping they stick. A lot of things at the wall, hoping they stick. Let's see. It says Brand New Day swings in theaters 31st, 2026. He crosses paths with characters like Mark Ruffalo's Hulk, John Bernthal's Punisher, directed by Shang-Chi filmmaker Destin Daniel Cretton. Spider-Man will also feature several newcomers to the franchise to put their stamp on the MCU. Stranger Things, Sadie Sink, Severance star Tremaine Tillman, and the Bears, Liza Colon Zayas are all set to appear in unannounced roles. Oh, this is another one too. Silver Sable could be especially with the gray hair. Not mad at Silver Sable. Madam Web, we don't need that to happen. No, thank you. A female chameleon, nah, no, thank you. I do like the Silver Sable situation. I'm not mad at Silver Sable, right? In relation to the new Spider-Man 4 set photo, the terrifying Silver Sable is another name that has been mentioned. The character has yet to pop up in live action and has a long history with the Marvel hero dating back to 1980s. The silver-haired mercenary is the leader of the Wild Pack, private military outfit, as well as head of. Now, you know what? The more I think about Silver Sable, it would make more sense if Damage Control hired Silver Sable to get Sadie Sink's character. The more I think about it, that would make more sense than Madame Masque. That makes way more sense than Madame Masque now that I think about it. Silver Sable being hired by Damage Control. And she's one of those people where she always gets her man. That's kind of like her little motto and everything like that. Silver Sable always gets her man. So she's often depicted as not a direct villain of Spider-Man, but rather someone who takes a dislike to the hero due to his getting in the way of her various military operations, i.e. the elimination of a criminal mastermind with whom Spider-Man is also feuding. The resemblance between the new mystery character spotted on the Spider-Man 4 is said is uncanny, and she is sporting the iconic gray hair. However, the character does not fit some of the other reported details about the Marvel's villain, like the ability to shapeshift. That's the only thing that's really throwing everything off. And I keep honing on that shape shifting ability. You know what I mean? Because that's what I heard. I heard about this whole shape shifting thing, and that's kind of why I lean towards everybody that I'm leaning towards makes sense. Jean Grey is the only thing that don't make sense. Silver Sable makes sense. I like the Madame Masque situation makes sense. That would be she shapeshifts a little bit, if you want to say. Jean Grey, not so much as far as what Sadie Sinks. I don't know, man. Like I said, take this stuff with a grain of salt. Take it with a grain of salt. But I like Silver Sable appearing in this. If it ain't nothing but a short, brief, every now and then type appearance, set some things up, I'm not mad at it. I am not mad at it. Not mad at it. Also, I came across um, this. I don't know how true this is, but we here. We here. Let's read through this real quick. It's an if y'all don't want to because this is an actual leak. We can share this. Is new plot details for Spider-Man Brand New Day leak online. New rumor plot detail for Marvel Spider-Man Brand New Days leaked online. The leak reportedly reveals a darker Spider-Man story in which Peter Parker struggles with isolation and unstable powers after No Way Home. He faces damage control, Tombstone, Scorpion, and the Hand. Teams up with the Punisher and Jean Grey. Undergoes a disturbing mutation tied to his emotions. Seeks help from Bruce Banner and learns that he must balance being Spider-Man with Peter Parker. I'm not gonna read through these leaks. This is like a whole plot thing. That's I just read, just reading that synopsis enough, I think is enough for us to speculate on some things. How y'all feel about that? Peter Parker struggles with isolation and unstable power. Now, I want to know why his powers are unstable all of a sudden. I guess that would be a question that I'm asking. Why is his powers unstable all of a sudden? He faces damage control, Tombstone, Scorpion, and the Hand, and he teams up with the Punisher and Jean Grey. So maybe Daredevil isn't it. Why was I hearing that Daredevil was in this? No Daredevil, huh? Punisher, Jean Grey, disturbing mutation tied to his emotion. Oh, excuse me, y'all. Seeks help from Bruce Banner and learns that he must balance being Spider-Man with Peter. With you think his powers is or he's struggling with unstable powers is because he's leaning more into or he's forgetting to be Peter and he's leaning more into being more Spider-Man, kind of like Batman, you know what I'm saying? Batman leans more into being Batman and not Bruce Wayne. So everything that is Bruce Wayne struggles, whether it's Wayne Enterprises, uh, the facade of Bruce having to keep, you know, connections, human connections involved and things of that nature. Do you think it's kind of similar in that? That's the reason why his powers is on the fritz. Then we get damage control, and I understand Tremaine Tillman is the head of damage control. And if I'm damage control, I'm hiring somebody like a Madame Masque or a Silver Sable who actually works with the government. So Silver Sable would be my pick for whoever old girl is playing. Not Sadie Sink, but the other one we just said, who was rumored to be on set, or they took a picture of her on set. Um, Tombstone and Scorpion, I think they'll probably be together. Tombstone and Scorpion, I would say, be working together. The Hand coming in this, I don't know why the Hand shows up in this. That's beyond me as far as the Hand. Um, teams up with the Punisher and Jean Grey, undergoes a disturbed mutation tied to his emotions, seeks help from Bruce. Does Spider-Man know how much does Spider-Man know about Bruce? And does Bruce know Spider-Man? Hmm. And learns that he must balance being Spider-Man with being Peter Parker. Y'all can't even see that. That's too small. I'm reading it in small. Blow that up a little bit for y'all, man. Um, hmm. I don't know where I stand on that. I don't know where I stand on that. It's not. I'm not mad at it. Sounds like it could be dope, but I'm not mad at it. Not mad at it whatsoever. At all. At all. But yeah, I told you I wasn't gonna be on too long. So let me hit these. Let's see what y'all in here talking about. What's good with everybody? What's good with everybody? Um, Jay the Informer says she's playing Foxfire. That makes way more sense than Jean. X-Men is a distraction. It could be. It could, X-Men could be a distraction. I don't think she's playing uh, um her who you named Foxfire or um Starfire, anybody like that. Um, but Jean just don't make sense. That's really boggling. That's really messing with me. Jean is really messing with me. Jean showing up in this Spider-Man, being on the run, just out of the blue, is really throwing me off. Andre West said, "Told you she was Jean." I don't like it. I don't like it. It's a good thing I got her here because Darius and Shield start streaming at 9:30. Yeah, right. I think they got time to set up the new. I don't think they got time to set up new X-Men. So you think they just gonna shoehorn them in? You think they just shoehorn them in? Like you said, with all these old ones, do they shoehorn them in? Is that the way is that how we get into it? To shoehorn them in? We don't need the same old X-Men stuff. How many times do we need to see it? They skip Spider-Man's backstory and jump right into it. Gunn did it with Superman. You right, Six. You right. But this is what's the word I'm looking for? Uncharacteristic of Jean, right? This is just uncharacteristic of Jean. That's why it's just messing with me, messing with my mental, bro. Messing with my mental. I don't want to say too much going on for Spider-Man. It is, and it could suffer the fate of Spider-Man 3. Remember, Spider-Man 3 had a lot going on, and they only had a lot going on with this Sandman and Jane Franco's Green Goblin, and Venom. They had a lot going on with just those situations. James Franco's it was Green Goblin, the Hobgoblin, Sandman, and Venom. With this, you got Jean Grey, you got Punisher, you got the Hulk, Madame Masque, maybe Tombstone, Scorpion, Damage Control as an overarching villain. Who am I missing? Am I missing anybody? Let alone his little cast of characters like Ned and MJ. Like it's a lot. It's a lot. Yelena, Hulk, and the Punisher in it. I don't think they would put Jean to shift focus. Yelena's in it too, right? That's a lot, man. That is a lot. That is a lot. There's rumor that Disney Marvel has big plans for Venom in this new trilogy for Spider-Man, the MCU going forward, starting with Brand New Day and Secret War. I'm hearing that. I'm hearing that they do want to reboot Venom, redo some things with Venom, but I don't know if it's Venom or do some things with that symbiote that was left over that could end up being MCU's Venom. Not Sony's Venom, but the Venom for, the MCU proper. I have been hearing that. I have been hearing that. No chameleon, brother. So I believe due to Venom being so popular, I think Disney Marvel wants to capitalize on his storyline, possibly trilogy for him soon as they possibly can. He is popular, but I think they kind of think they shit the bed with that last Venom, right? Matter of fact, the second Venom they kind of shit the bed. I think once they nerfed Eddie Brock, it kind of threw for me. It messed Venom up. Messed Venom up. If he turns to the man, Spider goes to the X-Men for help for the mutation. That's right out of Spider-Man animated series explains Gene in a deeper intro to mutants. Now they said that that's what happens, and you get that feeling, that animated Spider. You know what I'm saying? That animated or Spider-Man animated series feeling with this. Could be right, and you're absolutely right. It is still a multiversal movie. I hate that for it, but it is a multiverse movie. I heard the same problem Toby's Peter was having in Spider-Man 2, where his powers were somewhat tied to his emotions. Right. Yeah, I'm hearing that. But then we get the whole him turning into a spider thing. You know. But so he got the thing. So what? He got ED tied to his emotions. He can't perform. Pete can't perform. So they leaked the stuff to throw everyone off as long as possible. I hope this plan works out. Look at that right hand pick. That's not Firefox, bro. And I think you're saying the wrong thing. Not Firefox. You mean Starfire. Not Starfire. What's her name? From Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. Well, I can't think of his name right now. Firestar. That's it. Firestar, not Firefox. Firestar. I mean, Firestar. Firestar wouldn't be bad. Firestar could make more sense than Jean. I would say that. Firestar is a mutant. Firestar could be young. The same concept that they saying about Jean. Whoever said that they trying to throw us off could be right. What if she is Firestar? She's Firestar. Because in one of the leaks, they kept on talking about not knowing that she's like a whole nuke. Like she's the walking nuke. Guess who is actually a walking nuke? Firestar. Now she basically has the same powers as Johnny Blaze. I mean Johnny Storm. But how the leaks are describing or some of the wording for the leaks, Firestar could make sense. Totally 1,000. That shit could happen. And it'd be a throwback nod to Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. They should make Sadie Sink Gwen Stacy. Only problem with that is I think she is playing a villain, but she could be Gwen Stacy. But all the leaks don't point to Spidey having a romantic interest in this. Gwen Stacy would be the romantic interest, right? And why would they be looking for Gwen? Like she don't have no powers. She's just regular degular. She's just regular degular. So I don't know why it would be that. Have you seen X-Men Doomsday trailer? The Sentinels in the trailer, and if they don't add Sabretooth in the movie, it might be the dumbest. Hey, I'm a big Sabretooth fan too, bro. I'm a huge Sabretooth, one of my top 5 Marvel villains of all time. Yep. Victor Creed, one of my top 5 Marvel villains of all time. And I can move him around, but Sabretooth don't need to be I mean, they can add him, but it wouldn't help push the movie, so to speak, or push the story forward. It'd just kind of like be, they added him in Daredevil and Wolverine, but eh, don't like it. She could be Black Cat. She could be. She was with P Night. She was. That's what I'm saying. Firestar makes sense. I like Firestar. I like Typhoid Mary, but the more I'm reading the leaks, it seemed like Typhoid might not be in the game. Now, some of the leaks kept on talking about. I wonder if these leaks is getting things misconstrued too. If this other character, this other female antagonist, if she is Madame Masque, or if she is uh Silver Sable, the description that they had for Sadie Sink's character would actually make more sense for her because they was talking about military gear and things of that nature. The only thing is, who's reading, who's got minds to read? Who shape Madame Mass shapes can do the shape shifting situation that they said happens. Jean Grey can't. I wonder if we just getting if they're taking those stories and just pushing it out as a description for just Sadie Sink's character, and what they're really hearing is two descriptions. We got a description for Sadie Sink's character, and we got a description for this question mark female antagonist. I wonder if that's the deal. I wonder if that's the deal. Because Jean don't wear no military get up. Right? Jean don't wear no military get up. Silver Sable, Madame Mask, I could see her in some camos, but she might have the long trenchy on. But then again, Silver Sable loves to wear the all white. So I don't know. I don't know. And salute the Hobo Deluxe, man. She's playing April Summers, Gina Scott's kid that isn't Kate. So you think she's playing Phoenix? Mother Ascani, right? She could be playing Mother Ascani. She could be playing Mother Ascani, aka Phoenix, or whatever her new name is now. She's changed her names in the comics so many times. I don't know, but I can see that. Not because that's the same power, right? Same power set. Dealing with the multiverse, dealing with some time travel from the future. Mother Ascani shows up. I can see that a little bit. I don't know why she's showing up, kicking it with Spider-Man and running around New York City. I don't know why, other than it's we still in this multiverse saga and reasons. I don't know. My favorite hero villains are Ultron, Silver Surfer, Winter Soldier. What about yours? Ultron. Ultron is a straight villain. I know they keep trying to turn him on some hero stuff, especially this last little iteration. They got him running around, I think, on the West Coast Avengers, on the new West Coast Avengers side of things, and they got him uh as a hero, but then they got all these other Ultrons running around. Nah, man, keep Ultron as a straight up villain. Silver Surfer, I guess he's been villainous. And Winter Soldier has been a villain. Matter of fact, when Bucky first showed back up as the Winter Soldier, he was putting in work. He was putting in work. I think he also the one who killed. Did Bucky kill Nick Fury? Or was that Red Hulk? Might have been Red Hulk. Might be getting it mixed up. What about yours? Some of like I said, Sabretooth. Spider-Man is my ultimate Marvel hero. Um, I like Silver Surfer as well. I need more from him. I would love to see more stories on Silver Surfer. Black Panther. Um, Another villain, I would say Thanos. Comic book Thanos, not MCU Thanos. Comic book Thanos. Apocalypse. Apocalypse. Yeah, that's about it. Six say Sabretooth pulling up just to talk some shit. That's it. Just talk some shit and leave. Remember, remember how he showed up in um X-Men animated series, like the original? Beast was on trial and Sabretooth just came in there just to wreck shop, and how big he was. Like this was a huge, like, gee. Let me see. I just see if I can pull that scene up real quick. He just showed up for no reason, man. And then Cyclops was like, "They're gonna kill him," and Wolverine was like, "So." Where's that scene at, man? Let me see if I can find that scene. They're gonna kill him, so is it? Nah, this is when he showed up later. I want to see him in the where is it at? Y'all probably like this dude crazy, man. Where is it at? I can't find it because I just want that particular scene. They showing me all the other appearances when Sabretooth appeared in the animated series. But he was so big, like big dude, man. I wonder if whoever they get to play Sabretooth, you gotta get somebody. Like I think Alan Richson, if they are gonna reboot everything, Alan Richson as Sabretooth got to do it. You got to do it. Got to. You know what I mean? Just makes sense. I read the book Stranger Things. How was it? How was the Stranger Things book? I heard some things about it. Heard some things about it. See. Six said she could be a random made up character or minor. She could be anything, man. You right. These just to throw us a they do stuff like that. I wouldn't use Sadie Sink as a rando though. I think that's the bad part about it. Using Sadie as a rando would be wild. I had to heard of her, not familiar with the character. Um, Leakers and scoopers have made the comic book movie world hella toxic. So these studios are being toxic right back. Just check it. Six, you could be right. Six. That is a fact. That is most definitely a fact. Most definitely a fact. What if we are wrong and it's the redhead herself, Mary Jane Watts? Mm, okay. I ain't. Hey, you absolutely right. It could be. Could be. And I'm not mad at that neither. So could be. Come on. Could be. Let's see what else you got. Jay, she's not a big deal. You talking? Could be a multiverse MJ. Who knows? Who else through the portals? Last movie. That's what we didn't see on screen. Ultron was a demon out doing evil itself. When the soldier was cooking Captain America, this man was taking Captain America's shield. He catched it even without looking. Hey, I'm trying to tell you, when he showed up, he was a problem. When they brought Bucky back as Winter Soldier, he was a problem. He was a problem. It was good. Yeah, I heard it was good. They've been saying Allen is in talks to play Venom Eddie Brock for the. Okay. I'm not mad at that neither. Just a big dude. Eddie Brock is a big guy. That's one of the reasons I did not like the casting of what's his name? Tom y'all know what I'm talking about. I didn't like that casting. So I thought they cast it wrong. And then the way that they made Eddie Brock like this bumbling idiot, I didn't like that neither. Did not like that. That Eddie Brock was just, didn't like that. Did not like that. Says somebody with good size. I say the one thing I give Game of Thrones credit for is getting the right size, looking figure to the, yeah. True that. Have to go to a bigger bookstore to look for a series. He could play Bane. He could most definitely play Bane. Not mad at him playing Bane. Not mad at all. But yeah, what do y'all think of some of these leaks? Some of these things that just happened? Y'all rocking with it? Are y'all rocking with it? Does it sound too good to be true, or does it line up with a lot of the things that y'all might have heard? You know what I'm saying? Are they gonna slow leak the mutants into this? My only thing is leaking the mutants in now and then doing this reboot don't make sense to me. Now they could easily bring it home. Hopefully they do that. But leaking them in now, especially in a Spider-Man movie, I don't know if that's where I'm doing it, you know. But, I like to end y'all with a question, man. If Spidey saves Jean Grey, does he become an honorary X-Man? Or will we see Spidey? Is Spidey going to be the bridge for us going into the X, like Spidey and the Avengers work together? Now, is he being, bridging the gap over into the X-Men side of things? I think that'd be dope. Or is Peter, or is just gonna end with like, they shake hands, they go their own way, because Peter's like, nah, this mutant stuff is too wild for me. Too wild for me. Reading books. Appreciate the sub. Love it. Thank you so much for the sub. But yeah, y'all let me know, man. Y'all let me know in the comments. If you see a girl in a gold mask, if you see Madame Masque walking up, I'm gonna need y'all to run. Get on up out of there, man. Look, y'all stay dangerous. I appreciate everybody who came in. Please like as you are leaving, or if you're coming in, please like, subscribe, and share what we got going on over here at Blues House, man. You know the routine. You ain't got to go home, but you do got to get the hell up out of here. Y'all take it easy, be safe, and like that there, we are outie 5,000. Peace. Yada.
This concludes today's broadcast from Blues News. We hope you enjoyed tonight's programming and the time we've shared together.
Right. Always be about being authentic. Drop like that. Drop to what it was March, so that we added to the slate on the strength of an exception. So I think it's confident. I think that
Blues News is dedicated to bringing you the very best in pop culture, music, and conversation, serving viewers everywhere, every day. On behalf of our staff and crew, We thank you for watching. We'll return tomorrow with more entertainment, insight, and fun for the whole house gang. Good night and good luck.